I don't know about in the workplace. I think I can see that maybe in a social setting. I think especially women do have a bias towards other women just because I don't know, like I can just it feels more safe. There's just a little bit of a community, and maybe
it feels more safe.
It feels more safe.
Isn't that a bit of a sexist statement to make?
No.
What are you trying to? Are men unsafe? Is that?
Yeah, I feel unsafe. I can feel unsafe around men. I don't think that is.
You can feel that way, but isn't it a bit of a sexist statement to?
No, because men. No, not at all.
So
men pose the biggest danger to me.
Men are the biggest danger to you.
Not men in
a day-to-day sense.
In a day-to-day sense, if there was a woman, a stranger, a woman walking.
Criminals are a threat to you.
Yes.
But it's not clear if men
because they possess the ability to incapacitate me. I think that is the reason that I would feel unsafe, even if they wouldn't.
I have a question for you on that. If we were to replace men with a racial group, would it be racist to say what you just said?
I don't think it would be.
Would it be racist? Just replace men with a racial group. Would that be a racist thing to say? I'm scared of X racial group.
Because statistically, they're more violent and aggravated.
Yeah, I think you're twisting my words.
I'm not
right
twisting.
now.
No, I'm not
because,
twisting your words.
What I'm saying.
Giving you a hypothetical. Answer the question. Hold on. Answer the question.
Hold on.
Answer the question.
Is this race stronger than me? Like, do they have a history of abusing women? Like, it's just like there's just all these factors that I'm talking about that are related to men and not a race. So it's kind of hard.
Engage with the hypothetical.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but it's also
that same scenario can be
devoid of any evidence. Let's just say you changed men to a racial group. Would it be a racist statement to say that X racial group, I'm scared of X racial group
because they're bigger, faster, stronger?
I think that has been done in the past, but I think I'm talking
sexist.
So then it must
no.
It's sexist.
No, but what I'm talking
I don't to fear for your safety. Yeah. I think she's saying like,
are you kidding
me?
Now,
like going outside, walking down the street.
I'm going to be more scared of a man on the street than a woman, regardless if he's a criminal or not, because I don't know.
Area?
I don't think it's racist.
Okay, you know what? This is going to be my main point.
What's your main point?
The reason that it's scary to be around men and some, like the reason that I would feel more unsafe around men is because I don't know what they are capable of. And a man can never have been to jail, but could and so maybe not be classified as a criminal in the legal sense, but he could still pose a risk to me because he can't be predicted.
Okay, so make that same exact statement and replace it with a racial group. Does that statement become racist?
I don't know.
Well, it's.
I just think that's like you're.
Different thing as well.
I think it's different, and I think it's like.
I don't think it's different. I don't think it's that different.
Right now,
Devon Jackson donated $100. A matriarchy would just look like a group of women deciding where to direct male bodies, effort and suffering to achieve human endeavors if we are being honest.
Yo, Devon Jackson, good to see you in the chat, man. Thank you for your TTS. Appreciate it. You mentioned when you go out into the street, you feel unsafe.
I'm saying, no, I was using that as an example.
I'm moving on from the racial thing, but you say when you go out into the street, like you feel unsafe.
I was
because you're a woman.
When you're around men, you feel.
I'd say I feel less
safe than if you were around women.
Okay, yes, because around women, there is a sense of community. I think maybe you just don't understand what I'm saying because you guys are men. But like, if I'm going out, if I'm going to a bar,
wait, we don't understand what you're saying because we're men.
Because you haven't.
That's a bit of a sexist statement.
No, because
that's a little sexist right there.
Okay, it's not just sexist. So you don't have the same experiences
we don't know
that
what
we
you
have.
guys experience because you guys are naturally protective, and we wouldn't know that.
I didn't say that shit.
Okay. Okay. What I'm saying is you guys don't have the experience, and so you might not understand
what experience?
The experience of walking outside of constantly being raised to look out for yourself.
Well,
actually, yeah. Most violent crime is perpetrated against men. It's men on men. So actually, statistically, men should be more scared of going outside than women.
Men are more likely to be victims of violent crime.
Like that one question, who are you afraid of, though?
Yeah.
That's kind of
do you
irrelevant.
guys ever
No,
feel
but I'm
unsafe
saying-
when you go outside and walk
Yeah.
by yourself?
Statistically, more than you.
Do
Are
you
you
feel
feeling threatened by
No,
men
I'm
though, or
talking
are
about
you feeling threatened by
personally,
women? Is really the question.
Yes, I have. I mean, I'm
Not have you, do you?
Yes.
Do you on a regular basis feel unsafe when you're like walking by yourself? Because maybe that's just you two, but I just don't think that is a common experience with men. I think also women are raised to fear for themselves and to not put themselves in scenarios where they could be taken advantage of by men. At least maybe that's how I was raised by my parents, but my parents have always like warned me that men cannot be trusted and you have to be careful.
Men cannot be trusted.
Yes.
That's a rather
okay.
sexist thing for your mom to have taught you.
Parents,
But it's not like statistically like.
You just hold on.
Okay.
Explain
if this
to me.
helps you
hold on.
here.
Wait, hold on. Let me just make my point. Explain to me how the following statement is not sexist. Men are not to be trusted.
Okay.
No. Answer the question.
What? How is that not
How
sexist?
is that not just?
Men can't be like anyone can't be trusted, but the point they're making is that men can't be trusted and they could use that against you.
Let me ask you. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. No, hold on.
A man, maybe it would be a different thing. If I could protect myself.
If I were to say women can't be trusted, is that a sexist statement?
I would just be like, okay, I don't know.
Is it a sexist statement?
I don't think so.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
that's the opinion. I think it's just like.
Is it a sexist opinion?
I don't know.
Women cannot be.
Okay. You're trying to make me. You're trying to like put me into a loophole or not a loophole.
It's not a loophole.
Not a loophole. I'm not. Yeah, forget I said that. You're trying to make me sound sexist by asking me these hypotheticals.
It's not.
Okay, hold on, because
I don't think that there's like a reason why we need to like classify this as being sexist. She's talking about like
yeah,
an
we're talking
issue.
about a different issue.
That's the name of the game for feminists.
No, it's not. Did I even say I was a feminist? Like you're just making.
No, she didn't.
We were talking about the patriarchy. That's a feminist conspiracy theory.
Yes, conspiracy theory.
It's a feminist conspiracy theory.
Yes.
If I'll be charitable, it's a feminist.
Thank you, Kyle.
Theory.
I'm not against guns, actually. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Thank goodness we have a Second Amendment right to make sure that women cannot be taken advantage of by men so easily.
But I think ignoring the fact that women do feel unsafe when they're walking outside, like at night by themselves, whatever, I don't think that that's an issue that can be ignored and just be chalked up to be like, oh, but that's sexist.
Okay, and actually, we completely derailed from my point. I had just mentioned that women feel unsafe, and that was why women kind of grouped together.
If I was just paranoid about, I'm trying to think of an example here to like a counterpoint. If I was just paranoid about all women being gold diggers, and this was like a concern of mine, would that not be a sexist position?
No.
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 To
all
think
women are gold diggers. All you want from me is my money and
I don't think that's sexist.
resources.
But I think it's just a stupid statement.
That's also not going to cause you physical harm.
Wait,
okay, you're saying because you're saying by grouping women all together. Okay. I think you're saying that I think all men are bad. That is not the statement I'm making. I'm saying the statement I'm making is a generalization that all men can be bad, not that they are bad. So you're saying
can all women be bad?
Yes, 100%. But the point I'm also making is that men have the ability physically. Okay.
Nickelodeon donated $100.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
When I walk to the grocery store, I have keys between my finger if I need a weapon to punch a man in the face.
That is
when I approach a woman in the bar, I have to choose my words carefully to not get arrested.
Can I add something?
That is so dramatic. Are you kidding me?
Nickelodeon, you're fucking legends.
What words are you saying that's going to get you arrested,
What you got?
Okay, so remember when earlier we were talking about jobs, right? Police jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
Women, if it was to be 3 women trying to take down 1 man versus 1 man trying to take down another man, we have to take stuff like that into consideration. Okay, yeah, maybe it is a little bit sexist if girls are just like, oh, like we're afraid to walk on the street because of men. Why are you guys afraid to walk on the street? Because you feel like a group of girls is going to come up and punch you in the face? I mean, look at what's going on in New York right now. You have literally one punch man
that's terrible.
running around and punching girls, like, just cuz. But that's the kind of stuff that we have to deal with, that shit really happens.
Yeah, but
okay.
So generally speaking, well, not even generally speaking, if bystanders watch a woman being physically assaulted, they will step in. Men will step in and make sure it is stopped. When the reverse is happening, people just ignore it. If a woman is beating on a man, like, they just ignore it.
They probably are called police for domestic abuse, actually.
That is just not true, though. Like, experiments have been done. Social experiments have been done. And women don't like...
Maybe it's just... And maybe that is a societal bias because...
Towards women.
Because society thinks that if the man really wanted to defend himself, he could.
Tying it all back into the original topic.
Yeah, seriously. This was completely
female privilege.
Okay, final question. We need to wrap up. But are under patriarchy, are women oppressed?
No. I feel like we've gotten way off topic from relationships. I agree. The majority of this podcast has not been about relationships.
We talked about munches. We talked about...
I know.
He made sure munches. To get all of our bodies.
It's like we talked about munches.
We talked about gender roles.
I feel like you're just asking a group of random people.
Devon Jackson donated $100. As a man who was raised to protect women even if I don't know them, I can say more men than not would protect you than hurt you. Not only am I concerned for myself when I go outside, but women too.
It's a fair statement.
All right.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Also, I will say, when it comes to the threat of violence out in the street, as women, if some guy starts attacking you and there's other men around, not always, but you do sort of have, like, there probably will be a man or many men who will be prepared, total stranger, who will be prepared to white knight and jump in and defend you. I shouldn't say white knight necessarily, but they'll be prepared to go ahead and defend a total stranger.
Beat the piss out of that man.
That dude, like, if you go to a college party and a guy, like, were to hit a girl, I think there's a pretty good chance that, like, total strangers who don't know the girl are gonna swarm on the dude. Bro, there's a dude, that guy gets fucking lynched.
Sure.
Like, fucked up.
Okay.
Whereas, like, if a dude just walks up to a random dude and hits them, there won't be random men who aren't affiliated with that dude who will, like, jump in to try to defend that guy.
You're probably right. They're just gonna try to split them apart.
Maybe. They might. They're much more likely to try to break it up if it's a woman, and then the dude's gonna get a beat down. So, I mean, you do have this, there's too much of this, like, men are these criminals. I also should say, like, men are gonna be there to also protect you, too. We don't speak enough about, like, male heroism.
No.
Yeah, I would say the majority of men, like, women benefit from the patriarchy because a majority of men are there to protect women. Of course, there are going to be men who abuse their strength and use it to hurt women, and I will be there to make sure that does not happen. But that is also the majority of men. I think the majority of men would stand in front of a bullet.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Double bicep really quick. Dude,
yeah, can I have you on call or what?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I need
Take
to
my
walk
number
home.
Anytime. Okay.
Yeah, but majority of men are there to protect women. So, like,
if me or Mason, like, we get jumped by 3 dudes, like, there's not going to be other dudes. Unless they're
I have to fight for my own life.
Unless they're friends, if there's, like, other dudes around, they'll never intervene and like try to help us.
I mean, I agree. So what's the point, though?
You have a little bit of protection.
Yeah.
Out there
from
men.
Is that
from other
it,
men.
Well,
because it's also, like, who are you protecting the women from? Who are you protecting women from? But, you know, like, I don't understand the point of that argument. I agree.
No,
like,
under the patriarchy,
is it the patriarchy that guarantees that?
I don't know. I need to, like, this always comes up when we're having these conversations. Like, well, but who's the, like,
you know, I mean, if you're gonna act like the savior, then it's like also like, who are you saving the the girl from? But, you know, like, the criminal could be, you know, like any any man, really.
This almost always comes up in this conversation. I actually think it's a fallacious argument to say, well, but who's the one who's being the violent person?
Okay,
who's the one who's doing the bad thing?
Yeah,
who's the cause of this bad thing that's impacting men?
You know what I mean?
It's men.
No.
I know that it's a fallacious argument, and I don't have a rebuttal to it. I know there's a rebuttal to it because it's a fallacious argument. I just don't have it off the top of my head.
The point I was making is
I'm
that
transferring the violence that is impending upon you to me. So like, as a woman in society, you get that privilege that if someone is attacking you, men will step in if they are available, if they're ready, and they're standing there.
Around, though.
Yeah, that's if
you're around. That's like, I feel like that's...
Well, like that. So the enforcement arm of the law, so police officers, I mean, they will step in for anybody, but they will overwhelmingly, like, men will step in for women to protect them, to take the violence off of them and put it on themselves.
The same reason why you don't, I don't, other people don't agree with men, trans women competing in...
Oh, sorry, I didn't press that twice.
I don't know if it's trans men or women. I don't know what competing in women's sports because of the physical difference.
How did we get here?
Because of the physical difference, the same reason that, like, it applies to this situation too. Men are physically stronger, bigger, faster than women are. Just looking at the small situation that there will be men around, there will be police officers around, like, we can't just like zoom into that fact and ignore all the other situations where there are situations where women have to fight for themselves against a man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Sure.
But in the majority of situations, like if a man gets in a fight with another man, if they're alone, okay, regardless if it's a woman, if it's a man, they're going to get beat down. That's terrible, whatever. But if there are men around, they will step in to protect the women. If there are men around for the two-man fight, they will not step in.
I agree, and I think that's a horrible issue, but I think that's
But is that patriarchy,
I also said
or is that
something
just because...
I think it is patriarchy.
Or is it just
because it's ingrained in men to protect those who are less able to?
Yeah. But is that the patriarchy?
But it can also be used. Yeah, I would agree that it's the patriarchy because in the natural world, you see that not just in humans, but also in animals. Animals will protect those that are under it. So male lions will protect its harem. Like
that's not the structure of all animals, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, hyenas. We watched National Geographic.
Are you talking about that?
Because
about, like,
hyenas,
women, the female hyenas have penises?
Well, but also
they don't.
I thought they have penises.
No, they can
do.
Wait, do they?
Yeah.
Female hyenas have.
No, it's because they can retract their sexual organs to allow.
They got dicks.
I forgot the name for that.
Those female hyenas. They got some penises. They got some schlongs on them. God damn, have you seen a female hyena penis? Sorry.
Anyways.
Should we wrap up? Let's wrap up, guys.